To go to the source. Thanks for being here, Tim.
No, thanks for having me.
What do you think of Joe Tacopina leaving Trump's legal team? Does it leave it weaker, stronger, or no difference?
In many ways, no difference. I mean, he's essentially been on the shelf ever since he screwed up the first Jean Carroll case. He is, he's very good at self-publicity, but not actually very good in the courtroom. And I think that that's something that we all saw during the Jean Carroll case. It's something that I warned them repeatedly, do not bring this guy in at all. And it's something that none of the other lawyers, none of us wanted to work with him. So, you know, he went and he did the Jean Carroll case. He mishandled it, in my opinion. He's put on the shelf, and then they kind of left him there for several months.
Who's making those big calls then? You say you gave advice, hey, don't use this particular lawyer. Who decided to use him?
Well, I told Boris Epshteyn that this is not the guy for this case. So what happened, beyond that? Did Boris keep it to himself? I have no clue.
How do you think Tacopina, in your view, did not do a great job in that case?
Well, I think he barely cross-examined Jean Carroll. He didn't call, the witnesses that they had prepared. And obviously he was put in a bad position because they didn't really do much, good work in the discovery of that case. But, here's a guy that probably hasn't tried a case in over 10 years, coming in cold and, barely cross-examining a witness.
And you think that's because of what? A level of incompetence, or he's out of touch with the courtroom?
And look, it's something that a lot of people in New York, certainly myself, have believed about him for a very long time. That he's not a very competent lawyer, that he is somebody who's more into publicizing his acumen than actually demonstrating it. He represented Bernard Kerik years ago, and then became a witness against his own client, which was something that caused him to get pulled out of that case. In full disclosure, I represented Bernard Kerik in the litigation against Tacopina at the time, but he's really, in my opinion, not that great of a lawyer and shouldn't have been on this case to begin with.
Do you have any insight into why he exited now?
I think it's probably something that Boris and the comms team figured that this was the best time to do it somewhat quietly. I'm guessing.
Yeah, there's a lot.
I mean, he really hasn't done anything since the last.
People may remember. I'm going to jump in and say people may remember when he took on the case, some of his newsworthy comments and interviews. We showed one of them. This is a big week with a lot of other stuff going on. So, but for this segment, I'm not sure people may have even heard about it. You mentioned Boris Epshteyn, who remains a real key power player in this. You also mentioned whether Mr. Tacopina is a good lawyer. I just, for fairness, want to mention, I quoted the New York Times earlier mentioning his win record. We've had him on the program. We invited him back after that. And so if he wants to respond to you, as you know, in journalism, he's free to do so. I just say that for fairness. But your view as a former Trump lawyer who dealt with him is certainly newsworthy. Here was Mr. Epshteyn actually speaking out today on one of the other issues facing your former client, Donald Trump.
Presidents are immune from civil lawsuits because if they're not immune, no president is ever going to be able to serve their terms, to do their duties, to protect Americans. Presidents enjoy full civil and criminal immunity.
This has now been the main way that the team fighting